Oh, thank you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to winter. There you go, Pops. You're loving the fire, aren't you? Hey, and you'll come back in now that it's lit because you don't like it when Mummy's lighting it. Right, I think that is nice and roary for you. Got your beds. Got your squeaker. Grab my mics and see you in a minute, babies. Mummy won't be long. Well, she probably will actually, but I'll be as quick as I possibly can. Oh dear, my mics still aren't working. One of the reasons for me grabbing them and bringing them out was because they let me down at a dressage lesson the other day. And I wasn't sure whether it was something to do with the settings on the new camera and like pairing them up with the mics. But then I remembered I did actually have an issue at Pontypool with Cam's mic when I did cross-country schooling a few weeks back. So I wanted to do a little bit of playing around with them prior to heading to Bicton next week, because obviously I want them working for that. Although I don't know how much I'll use them up there, but yeah, I needed to get them working basically, and unfortunately they're still not. So I hope you can hear me. I've brought you in the stable where it's nice and sheltered because it's very, very windy out there today. Although thankfully the sun has just graced us with its presence. Right, I'm gonna have to check this quickly and make sure you can actually hear me before I continue with telling you a little bit about what this video is about, although hopefully the title will have explained a little. So yeah, this video was going to be a dressage lesson in the build-up to Bicton. However, unfortunately, a dressage lesson isn't that fun when you can't, or fun to watch. It's not that fun to watch at the best of times. Jumping lessons are always the best ones to watch, but it could have been an educational and interesting one to watch if my mics had worked. And frustratingly, as I said, they haven't. So I am a little bit annoyed. I'm going to have to do a little bit of investigation. I think they're over a year old now, so they will be out, or they're definitely over a year old, so they will be out of warranty. I might see if I can try them with M's camera just to see if it is a sync issue with regards to this camera and the mics. But I don't think it will be, because like I said, I'm sure at Pontypool they didn't work, and that was with the old camera that went wrong too, but that's another story. Anyways, as it was going to be a dressage lesson vlog, I thought I would share with you a bit of the other parts of prep that I have been doing in the build up to Bicton 3-day, and also answer the question of what is different between a normal 1-day event and Bicton 3-day event, because a couple of people have asked me that over on Instagram. I've just done a quick check and you can hear me on this camera, so that is all good, although I've put you in the dark and me in the light now, which isn't going to be the best picture, but I need to get a hay net done for... Oh, I'm not even in the frame, Tina. Goodness me, you are poor. Oh, how I wish I had someone to do my filming for me. I'm always on my lonesome at the moment, so it is a little bit of a struggle, and I think that might actually be why the vlogs have been coming out a little bit few and far between, because when you are on your lonesome, it's not quite so, like, A, easy to film, but B, as like engaging. Like, all you get is me talking. You don't have like me and Em interacting, or me and my mummy, or me and my dad like having a bit of a giggle and banter. You literally just get my voice for the duration. Oh my goodness, that really is poor picture. I'm not doing this camera any justice by propping the tripod there. So I will prop it here, grab Banksy's hay net, and then go and get my fluffy boy, because it is clipping day. It seems like only last week that I clipped him, but it was in fact 3 weeks ago, and he needs one doing again already, and that's because this blinking weather can't make its mind up what it is doing. He has gone so fluffy, and I need to get it all off ready for Bicton. I think I did show in my last video, and I'm going to grab them, but I've got some fabulous new clippers that are actually making clipping far less of a chore. I do not know why I didn't invest in cordless clippers sooner, because they are so much lighter, they are quicker because they don't get as hot, and yeah, the battery life on them is really good. I think they last about 90 minutes, so I'd like to think that I can get a full clip done in that time We will find out today. I'm going to use you guys again and hold you to make me accountable for getting it done, because I keep putting it off, I keep procrastinating, I keep finding other things to do, but I guess that actually is because there are other things to do. Oh, hi Red. Like feed hungry booty cats and play with doggies. I am the world's worst procrastinator. I'm also trying to get as much possible ready for Bicton as I can so that I'm not in a mad frantic rush next week. I've started to get together Banksy's boots. Passport is going in the lorry, but I think it's locked. Pop that there. And one thing that I remember to do, and my darling husband has very kindly cleaned for me and put oil on so they don't go rusty, is take a spare set of shoes. It's always advisable when doing a 3-day, because you do the road tracks and steeplechase, because it runs in long format. They always recommend taking a spare set of shoes. I will admit I did have a momentary moment earlier in the week, because I suddenly had a panic that he needed a 6-month booster jab for flu, when I saw Meg's adverts all about keeping horses healthy and flu awareness vaccination stuff on Instagram. It was like, oh my goodness, I think Banks needs a 6-month jab. But thankfully BE have changed the rules back to 12 months. It's only FEI, I believe, that need 6 months. I did, or Em did, bless her, phoned and checked, and they sent us to the link to the section in the rule book where it has been crossed out, saying that they need 6 monthly jabs, and returned to 12 monthly jabs. So that is a relief, because yeah, I would not have had time to get him up to the vets this week. Unfortunately, this week has been a bit manic, and as I say, I did try to vlog the dressage lesson as part of some of this prep to go out before going to Bicton, but we had a lot going on, a lot of changes. As you can see at the beginning of this video, I was lighting the fire, which I feel like I'm suddenly all grown up, because it was always Winston's job to light the fire. I'm not getting sad, not getting emotional. He is doing okay, but it is a bit of an end of an era, because he is sadly no longer here. He's here, he's in Cornwall, he is still with us and still, yeah, doing his best. But he sadly is wheelchair bound now, so he, our house is not at all wheelchair accessible, sadly. It's a very old Cornish property, and we've got slopes and steps and narrow bits everywhere. On that note, let's go and check the puppies a minute, because I have shut them in the kitchen. See if we can sneak up on them. Oh, look at you. Oh, it's nice and cozy in here, isn't it? Should we check the fire quickly? But yeah, that's what I was leading to. Winston was always in charge of the fire, and the fire runs the whole heating system of our house. So without the fire, we have no radiators, no anything. So look at that, I've done a good job, yay! Robbie will be pleased when he gets back from golf. And you too. It's nice for you to lay down and chill. But yeah, miss. Oh, look, that was my lunch. Miss having him sat here, and as much as my channel is primarily a horsey channel, I know lots of you have sent well wishes and have wished him the best, so I do feel kind of a little bit obliged to update you on the situation. He's in a very, very lovely home at the moment, which is literally walking distance from Rob's sister's house, so it means that it's nice and easy for us all still to visit him as much as possible. We went down last night and actually stayed at Rob's sister's house so that we could then go again and see him this morning, because he's just so used to having us there and we're used to having him here. It does feel quite sad and a bit of an end of an era, but he is in the very best hands, and like I say, a very, very lovely place, and doing okay. And yeah, that's about all I'm going to say on that, because I really don't want to get upset. Hey, little sunbather. Meow. You okay? You gently.
Yeah, exactly. So, come on, something's happening. There you go. Now go. Go. Good boy. Good boy. Super.
Nice.
Really nice.
So yeah, the Bicton prep hasn't exactly gone to plan how I would have really liked it to, but that's really the story of my life this year. So 2023 has not been the eventing season for us, but at present we are still going. Currently going on my own as well, which makes me feel a little bit anxious. Yeah, and also I was hoping to take the motorhome and Banksy, so currently don't have a way of me driving 2 vehicles, so that's something I need to sort out between now and Thursday. I was going to speak a little bit about how the Bicton 3-day runs, because it's a completely different format to a normal 1-day event format, and a few people have mentioned it on Instagram, and I thought I will explain whilst clipping the boy. However, I wanted to do that with my mics on so that you could hear me, but my mics aren't working. So let me try and give you a short little sweet overview now prior to clipping. I'm actually giving my boots a wipe over too because I am going show jumping tomorrow, and we did have a show jumping, I did have a short show jumping lesson as well at the beginning of the week when it was lovely and hot. Hopefully insert a little bit of footage in here now of Banksy Boo being awesome. But I do feel like, because I haven't had much competition practice this year, I've literally only been eventing once and probably to 1 show jumping class, or 2 maybe. That is why I wanted to enter show jumping tomorrow, because in the 3-day format, the show jumping runs on the final day. Obviously, depending on where you're lying, the pressure is on because it runs down in reverse order, and I just don't want competition nerves to get to me and to ruin our chances of qualifying. But I would actually like to qualify again this year, because I feel like going to badminton this year was rudely ripped away from us, and yeah, I think Sir Banksy Boo definitely deserves to ride on that prestigious turf. And obviously Meg's going, hopefully Em will qualify, and you all know I love a jolly, so my aim definitely is to try my very, very best to get a decent dressage and to get a double clear. We have gone double clear there the last 2 years, I think. I think we went double clear in 2021 as well. Might need to go and check that. Or did we have 4 faults? Anyway, yeah, aim is for a decent dressage and to go double clear, hopefully get in the top 20%. But the difference between a normal 1-day event and a 3-day event is the fact that the dressage runs on either the Thursday or Friday, obviously, because there's over, I think there's 100 competitors, not over. There's 100 competitors in the section, so they wouldn't be able to do all of them on 1 day. So runs Thursday and Friday. My dressage is Thursday, Em's is Friday, hence I'll need to go up on my own because I'll be going the day before. The difference in the dressage being that it runs as a long arena, so it's a 20x60 and a slightly more complicated test than a normal BE90 test. It has movements like give and retake the rein, walk, trot, walk across the diagonal. You do sometimes get that in a normal BE test actually. 15-metre circle, tier duct loop back to the track, where you've got to maintain the canter on the same bend and not risk them either changing or breaking back into trot. So it's just, yeah, a tiny little bit complex test in a long arena, so you've got more letters to remember. You've got 2 judges as well, so you need to salute the judge as you normally would, and also give a little nod to the judge at E or B. I think, can they be at either? Not 100% sure. Mine was definitely at B last year. And then you go onto the roads, tracks, steeplechase and cross country on the Saturday. I'm going to get the exact information for you off the Red Post because Cameron did that Phase A, road tracks. No need to warm up for this. Hurrah! This is your warm-up phase for Phase B, which is the steeplechase. Phase A is a good trot around the Bicton parkland, around 15-20 minutes long, approximately 2 to 3 kilometres. When you finish, you then have 1 minute before you start the steeplechase, which is Phase B. And in Phase B, the steeplechase is where you jump 5 steeplechase fences, basically almost as fast as you can. You won't get penalised for going too fast, but you will get penalised for going too slow. The optimum time we'll be giving at the rider briefing, which always happens at Bicton on the Thursday night. And when you finish, the time automatically starts for Phase C, so that's where you've got to be quite careful with your watch, because you need to make sure that your timing from the steeplechase then rolls into your timing for Phase C, which is a longer road and track section taking place on the nature reserve of Pebblebed Heaths. This phase should be executed at a good walk-trot pace all the way around. It's approximately 5 to 6 kilometres hacking, which should take about 30 to 35 minutes. And again, you will be given an optimum time. You have to get within that time. You can be too fast, but you cannot be too slow. At the end of Phase C, you will then enter the 10-minute box, which is where you then have to trot up for a vet. They want to check that the horse is sound and okay to go cross country. They check its heart rate, and then they give you a bit of time to take your tack off, bring the heart rate back down if they are hot or overexcited, like Banksy often is, sponge them down, cool them off, change boots, change numbers, and then pop back on once they've been given the go ahead from the vet, and head down to the start box for Phase D, which is the fun part, the cross country. The course is around 6 minutes long, which is a real test of your horse's stamina. It will take place in the beautiful Grade 1 listed parkland. A fit horse is required as the terrain is undulating, which we well know, and hopefully I've managed to include a little bit of footage from last year so you guys can see it. At Bicton, they also have a fabulous party on the Saturday night, and then on the Sunday you need to do the trot up. Again, they check that the horse is fit and sound okay to go into the third and final day, which is the show jumping. And then again, as I said earlier, it runs in reverse order, so running down from the 100 riders all the way to the last rider being whoever is in the lead after the first 2 phases. It's a super fun event, and I highly recommend that if you have been umming and ahhing about giving it a go, you set it as a bucket list thing to do next year, because yeah, it's just so much fun. It's great when you're there with your friends, all supporting, helping, encouraging one another. On that note, dear Meg isn't competing there this year, but she has very kindly said that she will come down and help me on the Saturday in the 10-minute box for the cross country, so that is really good. I think her and Han are both coming down, which is amazing. Super grateful to them. Got to stop yapping away, need to go and get this pony in and get him clipped. He did have a bath yesterday, so hopefully he hasn't rolled too much and got his neck too mucky, because he is nice and fluffy. I didn't put a full neck on him, I did leave him just in a rain sheet. Fingers crossed I don't regret that, because if he is wet and muddy, I am not going to be able to clip his neck. And I do want a half-clipped horse for show jumping tomorrow. Oh, and these are the new clippers. Heiniger. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, but yeah. Battery operated. This little button here shows that they are fully charged. Really, really lightweight, and got 2 settings. So you've got a slightly quieter setting for like around the face or sensitive areas, and then whee, full speed ahead. Stronger setting for the body. One pony in, and yep, he's muddy, but thankfully it is dry mud, so I will be able to brush it out and crack on with the clipping. I am actually the world's slowest clipper, but I did find the first clip that I did with these, I did manage to get it done quicker than I normally would, but I am again going to use you guys like I did last week with putting the bedding and haylage away, and challenge myself. Look, it is, I don't know why that flickers when I put it up like that, but it is 4 o'clock. Let's see if I can get him done within an hour. Thankfully I have still got my lines to follow from where I've done him already, but I do need to get that mud off, and also do your head collar up properly. Actually no, don't yet, because I'm going to need to brush there, aren't I? But yeah, that's 3 weeks worth. Super fluffy again already. said it was windy. Why did I decide to clip in this wind? Oh dear, it's blowing everywhere, Banks. I was thinking my horse was clean. It was yesterday you were bathed, but you haven't been out naked, so how have you got so grubby? It must be that the bath wasn't a very deep scrub. Oh dear. Reality, guys, reality. Oh my goodness, Banksy. Ta-da! Pretty much done. Pretty much. What is the time? I think I've gone over. In fact, I know I've gone over. Need to brush you off, mate, but I wanted to check the time. What is the time? What is the time? What is the time? An hour and 15 minutes. But I have been in and stoked the fire and checked the dogs as well. And you were a lot dirtier than I thought, so it did actually take a bit longer brushing off all of the hair. But I'm pleased with how you've turned out, Banks. I do need to put your bridle on and neaten up the lines around your face. I don't take full face off. I have had it off him before when Lisa, his old owner, or Sam have done it for me. But I generally don't because I like his fluffy looks. He looks pony when he's got his fluffy face. Don't you? Yeah. I'm going to neaten up his armpits and face and up under his willy, which is the area he doesn't particularly like me doing. Tomorrow morning before show jumping, because Lisa's coming over to go show jumping with me, and also because I need to ride him before it gets dark. 5:15, it will get dark in about an hour, so I'm gonna tack up and get on. I hope you've enjoyed this little catch-up east. Oh my goodness, I've just seen my trainers. Catch-up-y style vlog, I was gonna say. Oh, I forgot I had to go out through the mud to get him in, and now everything's stuck to them. Oh, jeepers. Oh dear. Anyways, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little catch-up styly vlog and maybe learnt a thing or two about how a 3-day format runs. Maybe we've even inspired you to set it as a goal for next year. Do like, comment, subscribe if you don't already. Thought I'd better whip his rug off and actually show you that my clip isn't too atrocious. He feels like velvet. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you don't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Say bye-bye.
You know what it and the bank to the third. Lauren Pollard and the team.
Yeah, it's bigger. Yeah.